Have you ever replayed a conversation from 3 days ago, even though the other person has already forgotten it? Why does your brain do this? And why is it so hard to stop? Today, we dive into the science behind overthinking and what your brain is really trying to do. Overthinking feels like a mental storm, thoughts looping, replaying, and growing louder. But at its core, overthinking is your brain trying to protect you. Let's start with the first big reason. Your brain is built for survival, not peace. Thousands of years ago, danger was everywhere. Your brain evolved to constantly scan for threats. Today, the threats are different: emails, relationships, deadlines, but the brain reacts the same way. When something feels uncertain, your brain says, think more, prepare more, don't let anything surprise you. This leads to the second reason we overthink: the amygdala. This tiny part of your brain acts like an alarm system. When it senses danger, real or imagined, it activates fear, worry, and tension. And once the alarm is on, thoughts start racing. Next comes the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for planning and problem solving. When the amygdala sends the alarm, the prefrontal cortex jumps in and says, "Okay, let's think this through." But instead of solving the problem, it often starts creating more questions. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if I made a mistake? This creates a mental loop, a never-ending cycle of what-ifs. Another reason we fall into overthinking is fear of the unknown. Your brain hates uncertainty. It would rather imagine every worst-case scenario than sit with not knowing. It feels safer to overthink than to take action. There's also a chemical reason: stress hormones. When you're anxious or overwhelmed, your body releases cortisol. This hormone makes your thoughts faster, sharper, and more intense, but not in a helpful way. It pushes the mind into overdrive, making it harder to calm down. Overthinking also happens when the brain tries to solve emotional problems with logic. If you're hurt, scared, or insecure, your brain tries to think the feeling away, but emotions don't vanish through logic. So the thoughts keep circling without progress. Another powerful force is rumination, the habit of replaying the same idea over and over. It feels like thinking, but it's actually your brain stuck in a loop. Instead of finding answers, you get more confusion, more fear, and more stress. So why is it so hard to stop? Because overthinking feels productive. It feels like you're preparing, protecting, and preventing disaster. But most of the time, it doesn't solve anything. It only drains your energy and increases anxiety. But here's the good news: overthinking is a habit, and habits can be changed. It starts with awareness. Notice when your thoughts shift from problem solving to problem creating. Notice when your mind leaves the present and steps into imaginary scenarios. And notice how your body feels tight, tense, restless. Your brain isn't your enemy. It's trying to help, but it's using the wrong tool. Once you understand the mechanics behind overthinking, you can start breaking the loop. You don't have to fight your brain, you just have to guide it. light. Overthinking happens in the dark. But when you shine a light on the patterns, the storm starts to calm.